Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with the Rude Man, and we are here in Alma, Missouri again, and we're going to do some farming. Okay, got my cup of hot tea. Yeah, it's still hot. That's actually a mug. People drink from cups. They're usually these little bitty tea cups, but it's all gone in 5 seconds. I don't know what I'm standing on. Oh, it put me on top of the... All right. So I spawned on top of the Jeep. Okay, now this is going to be weird because this weekend, Scorpion and I were playing this game, this map together, and I did a whole bunch of work. What I did was I cloned this farm right here, right now. I cloned it, put it on a different save game, opened it up, and started playing it from right where we're at right now. And I don't think I said anything to Scorpion, but I'm thinking while I'm doing this that I'm going to have to sit and do all of this all over again, what I'm just doing right now. So... anyway, it looks like I was in the field. I don't... What? Wait a minute. Canola. Right, okay. Yeah, this is fine. This is what I was doing. Okay. So, these are oats. We've finished the oats. I remember. And then we were picking up this stuff, so let's get on with it. We'll carry on. Carry on. Jared. Scorpion says everything's doing good. Jared the Red's in the house. Jared, how you doing? How's school this year? You doing okay? Yeah, I remember thinking as I was doing this weekend, I thought, oh man, I'm gonna end up having to do this all over again, since I'm doing the same map that I'm playing right now. You're getting ready for your learner permit, huh? Are you 15 or 16? Don't they start that at 15 and a half, where you can get your learner permit and then you can get licensed at 16? Or is it different in each state? I can't remember. Been too long. I've been driving since I was 10 years old, so I can't remember. The roads will never be safe again. Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. What's Jeremy up to today? All kinds of good stuff, right? God, I can't wait. Amy was Addie. Amy's my daughter. Addie was 15 in September. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can get the permit at 15 and a half, but I'm not sure. Government doesn't need to know. I might have to pick me up a new set of earphones. These things have got knocked around. There's a cord here and it plugs in, and it's got a proprietary plug, and it's starting to static out on me. I gotta see if I can. It's a proprietary plug. It doesn't just plug in. It's not like a mini jack. Well, it is. It looks like a mini jack, but it's not just a mini jack. When you plug it in, you got to push it in until it snaps, then you have to twist it, and it locks in. So it's not a normal one. So it's not like I just replaced a cord. It's a pain in the butt. And then all the black plastic stuff has come off, and every time I take these off, my kids are picking black stuff out of my ears. You know, that little rubbery stuff that these. So you can see it's okay up here, but it's all wore off on this part. So, you know, they're good studio low end studio quality. They sound good, but I'm gonna have to end up buying another set. You know, that thing with the fake leather or whatever it is that comes off. This chair's done the same thing. The headrest, it's all peeling off. So I took it and turned it inside out or upside down or backward and forward so that the bad stuff is on the inside. They don't make stuff like they used to. They want you to keep buying it over and over and over. Yeah, well, Jeff didn't get his license till he was in his 20s. He did not want to drive. His mom took him out to drive and scared the holy shit out of him. Carol's one of these people that hangs onto the oh shit handle on the freeways. Look out, that truck's coming over. Oh, look, don't get too close. Oh, slow down. All the time, constantly. I have to turn and tell her, would you just either read a book or take a nap or something? You're making me nervous. You're going to cause an accident. And that's kind of how she was teaching the kids. Look out, there's a car. And it just scared the hell out of them. So they kept coming home and saying, Dad, can you take us out to drive? Because Mom scared the hell out of us. And I said, sure. I just take them out in the parking lot and I lay back, take a nap, let them go. Party at Jared's house. I'm throwing a giant party for my 15th because if no one is going to invite me to the big parties, I'll bring the party to me. Well, that's good. Does your folks know about this big party? BYOB, bring your own bottle. As long as it's cola, ginger ale. Yes, they know. That's a Gouda. Those surprise parties, they're the bad ones. Parties are overrated. Yeah, I never was much of a partier. I didn't have time for parties. I was always working. You know, I worked after school on weekends, and I didn't have time to go to parties. Interfered with making money. Left home when I was 15. I had to pay my own room and board to stay in school so I could finish high school. Hey, Bill. How's it doing, Bill? Bring your own babe. There you go. Bring your own bottle. Bring your own bottle. What's up, Bill? How you feeling? Bill doing okay? All right, we're almost full here. Head back to the barn here. Didn't make it. All right. What am I using? Is this? Oh, this is the Fent. I think this is a Fent 1000. It does okay. Of course, it's just straw. Straw's not very heavy. Here we go. Dump a dump, taking a dump, taking a dump, taking a dump. We're just sitting here taking a dump. Why do they say that you're here to take a dump when you're actually leaving one? You know, nobody ever takes a dump. They're actually leaving one. Stuff like that just doesn't make any sense, does it? And little sayings that people have that you hear over the years. There's one used to make me laugh. Did I get my pickup on? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Where people say, took and put. He took and put that right over there. Well, did he take it or did he put it? That I don't understand. What are you talking about? Yeah, he took it and put it. He took a put. Took and put it. The Grim Reaper is hovering over me. The Undertaker is here. Bill, you say that every time you come in. You get us all worried about it. You park in the driveway, but drive in a parkway. Yeah, isn't that weird? What was it? What was it that Gallagher used to say? There's a sharpness button on the TV, but it don't work. Can't remember. It's either sharp or focus. There's a focus button, but it don't work. I wake up like that every day, you know. Every day. It's kind of weird. You wake up, and you go to get out of bed, and everything aches as you're getting up. It's like, and then you grab your pants and try to put them on, and jumping from one foot to the other, and everything's aching like hell. It's like, God, these are my golden years. Couldn't wait to get to my golden years, and here they are, and boy, nothing gold about them. Indeed. You got the most dangerous disease in the world? What would that be, Bill? Man flu? Man flu? What's the man flu? I think it'd be worse if you had the woman flu. You don't have the parts to survive that one. And stuff. The man flu. All right, now let's see. What did we have? We had soybeans, but I don't think they're ready yet. So the canola is growing. Wait a minute. Canola. Okay, soybeans. Where'd the canola go? I got myself lost now. Oh, shoot. Where am I? Here we are. Canola's only got 50% fertilizer. That's got 100. The sorghum's ready to harvest. And the corn doesn't have enough fertilizer on it either. So we got to do soybeans and corn need to be fertilized. So let's grab this. See what I'm talking about, Scorpion? I did all this over the weekend when you and I were talking. Yeah, now I got to do it all over again. That plow's right in my way. Did that not work? It didn't work. Why didn't it not work? Do I have to do this? There it went. Did it get all? Did it get all? Oh, the cedar's in the way. Move it or lose it, Cedar. Andy's in the house, and he saw Bill and yelled, "What? You feel what? A bit under the weather, so to speak." How you doing, Andy? Andy was sick the other day. Are you still sick, Andy? And he blamed it on his wife. I blamed it on his cat, but he says his cat was fine. It's his wife that made him sick. Well, that's what he told us. Wait a minute. He's putting the lime back in. I don't want the lime back in. That stuff isn't lime, is it? I thought that was fertilizer. Yeah, that's fertilizer. But now our plow's going to be in the way. I got to move it. I got to move it. You got to move it. You got to move it. Rougher than a badger's ass, Andy says. Yeah. You're not supposed to mess with badgers, are you? Talk about badass. Season 2 of Reacher starts on December 15th. They got the trailers out right now. And I can't remember which book it is. I remember the story, but I don't know. I can't remember the order of the books. The first season of Reacher was from the first set of books, because in the first set of books his brother gets killed, and that's what happened in the first season. And I can't remember which book the second season's from. It may be from the second book. I don't remember. As a matter of fact, it probably is, because they're tending to take them in order. Pumpkin. Hey, Lori, how you doing? It's not multiplay. I don't do multiplay, Pumpkin. Yeah, Carol has watched the first season over, but I haven't. So I'm gonna probably watch the first season here. Before December rolls around. As a matter of fact, I might even pull the books out. I think there might be a book or two that I've got that I hadn't actually finished. And it's been years since I read that series. You watched it through twice? I think Carol and I watched it twice, but that was right when it came out, and I haven't watched it since. So it's been out for a couple of years, hasn't it? Okay, now I think there are a couple more containers of fertilizer over here. I'm going to use it. Is that seed? No, actually. No, that's lime. Okay. Yeah, I don't need lime. Jared's watched Reacher. I mean, I read the books when they came out, so I was ready for Reacher, but then they put Tom Cruise in it, and I said, oh, that's bullshit. There's no way. That's BS. Reacher in the book's supposed to be like 6'5", 260, 270 pounds, something like that. Solid muscle. And Tom Cruise at 4 foot nothing? No. All right. Didn't work for me. I did watch the movie and I enjoyed the movie, but it wasn't a Jack Reacher movie. It was a Tom Cruise movie. So I refuse to say that was a Reacher movie. Okay, so we're going to have to set the we're going to have to set this for fertilizer. Okay, so let's turn the GPS on and go to the setup and set it for fertilizer. And then, wow, okay, it's way off. So let's set it. Okay, so that's gonna be okay. Let's set this out. Turn it on. And we're off. Jared says he saw a different Reacher. Are you talking about the movie, Jared, or the TV show? There was an actual movie in the theaters with Tom Cruise in it about 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I can't remember how long ago. But they miscast it completely. Even the guy that wrote the books wasn't completely happy about it. He was okay with Tom Cruise doing a movie, but it didn't. People that read the books were not happy. They pretty much said the same thing I did. Tom Cruise is fine, but he ain't Jack Reacher. And so when they made the TV show, the guy that wrote the book said that we're not doing that again. Jack Reacher's going to have to look like Jack Reacher. And so they found this kid that's playing Reacher now. And so there you go. He's big enough, but he's not tall enough. Jack Reacher, like I said, was like 6'5", something like that, 6'6". And even the guy that's playing him is a little over 6 foot tall. He's not 6'5" by any means. He's close. But he's not 6'5". But he's beefy, and that makes up the difference. When you look at him, you think he would be 6'5" because he's huge. And he's even bigger now than he was in the first one. He beefed up about 20 or 30 pounds. Tall shoes wouldn't help Tom Cruise. As a matter of fact, the lifts that they put in Tom Cruise's shoes are taller than he is. "6'3", but 6'5" with taller shoes. Yeah, my son's 6'3". Yeah, we got you, Jared. I knew what you were talking about, and that was my point. That was my point. That he's not as tall as Reacher in the book, but it didn't matter because he's built good enough. People didn't care. I mean, he looks like Jack Reacher would look, so they didn't care that he's a couple inches off. What he misses in height, he makes up for in bulk. Yeah, I remember Alan Ritchson. Alan Ritchson, for anybody that ever watched Smallville, Alan Ritchson played Aquaman in the CW's TV shows, Smallville show. He played Aquaman. And he did such a good job, they were going to make either his own TV show or a movie, and it never happened. Too bad. It would have been good. He was a lot smaller back then because he was only a teenager. Uh-oh, I already did this line. Okay, let's move it. We got to move it, move it. Yeah, he's coming along. He's come along a ways. He was pretty messed up for a while before he did the Reacher series. He was pretty messed up. He's married and got kids, but he was pretty messed up, and he got to a point where he was thinking of ending it all, and he tells the stories about how he got out of that. And it just goes to show you that if you get in that kind of a funk, you need somebody to talk you, into, look, it's not always going to be the way it is. Whatever it is that's got you down, it's not always going to be there. It's going to go away. Things will get better. Life gets better. And the biggest thing for people nowadays, in my opinion, is they don't realize that life is what you make it. If somebody comes up to me, especially a young person, and says, "My life sucks," then I said, "Well, then you're not living it right." They tend to make bad decisions. Those bad decisions kind of ruin things for them, and they don't realize that it's their making. That you get in a bad way, they're going to put you in rehab to help you get out of that funk or whatever you're in. They will send you someplace in another state and separate you from the people that you were running around with that got you in that position, because it always makes me not laugh hilariously, not that kind of laughter, but when people say, "Well, I was with my friends." Listen, if you've got friends that are running in that kind of thing that's going to get you in trouble, they're not friends. Those are not friends. And so, even my granddaughter right now talking about her friends, and some of them aren't that good of people. And I tell her, those are not your friends. Believe it or not, when you get out of high school, you probably won't ever see those people again that you think are so great right now. Oh, you might see them if you follow in their footsteps and you end up in jail together. Turkey Day, the Turks will be happy. Well, you think? Turkeys are all running away and hiding. Well, that's what I'm talking about, Jared. And the problem is that a lot of times some of the people you run with are not the best people you should be around, especially if you get in that kind of a funk. And you need to find better people. I've actually talked to kids that were in a bad way, and they talked about being in a bad way and doing something about it. And some of their so-called friends were telling them, yeah, go ahead and do it. That's probably the best thing for you. What kind of friend would do that? And then you question them about it. Oh, we were just joking. You don't joke with somebody that's got that kind of problem. It's not a joke. It's serious business. But the whole point of it is that you got to make your own decisions, make the right ones, and you'll have a happier life. And if you're not happy in the life you're in, as I said, then you're not living it right. You need to get out there and find something that is more suitable to what you think would be a good life. And a lot of people say, well, I can't find a decent job. I don't have any money. I can't buy the things I want. I can't do the things I want. And that very well could be true, that you're having trouble finding a job. I'm not questioning that. But you have to be willing to take a job. And what that means is there may be a job out there that you could do and make money, maybe not as much as you think you need, but there are jobs out there you can do, you just don't want to. And I say, take any job you can get. I used to tell my kids that. If I was in between jobs, I had to feed my family. I had to pay the rent. If I had to take a job digging ditches, I would do it. I wouldn't stay there. Anytime that I'd be off work, I'd be out looking for another job until I found one that suited me. But a lot of people, they're not willing to do anything about it. They're just sitting on their butt thinking, well, there's somebody's got a job and they're going to come and hand it to me. That ain't going to happen. You got to be willing to do what it takes and keep working at improving yourself. And that's what you have to do. I've been pretty successful in my life, and people say, how'd you do what you did? And I said, hard work. I'd start at the bottom and I didn't have any problem with it, but my eyes were set on the top and I just worked until I was up there. Every job I've ever had, I started at the bottom and worked my way up to the top. And in short periods of time, because I was willing to work hard and learn. I would, regardless of the job I was in, any job that you can get to, there's rules and regulations someplace. There's information on how to do your job, how they want it done. I would find that information, and in my off time, I would read it, and I would learn it. And then, I'd go back and I was able to do the job better. And the harder I could work and the more work I could get done, the easier it was for them to promote me. And I'd end up, at the top of the chain within a short period of time. My kids used to tell me, "Oh, yeah, I bet you wouldn't go to McDonald's." I said, "I bet I would. If I was starving to death and you guys needed to eat, I'd be flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, but I can guarantee you within the year, I'd be managing the place. And if not, I'd be in a different position that was better." There's that big bump I keep hitting right there. Alrighty. I'm still in soybeans, aren't I? This was a big field, but it split up by that other one over there. Weird. Good deal, Jared. Okay, I think that I did a pass right by that junk. Pretty sure. So let's see. Yeah, I think this is where I started right here. So we'll run along here. Run along. All right, Jared. Take care, buddy. Look like I fertilized that field over there in a circle. I circulated. You know what he's going to do? He's going to go out and get that party started. He's got some work to do. Setting up the party. Whoa, slow it down. Let's get this party started. Big party at 15. Wouldn't it be nice to be young again, I guess? I don't think so, but I would never want to be that young again. I was stupid. Well, I wasn't stupid. I did dumb things, but I wasn't stupid. I did okay as a youth. I mean, like I said, I left home at 15, and I ended up, putting myself into college and stuff. I had to work just to stay in high school because I needed a place to live. You don't just leave home and live in a ditch someplace and still go to school. So I had to find a place that would take room and board and keep working. Okay, what else did I say I had to do? Corn, wasn't it? First invite should be the girl. There you go. And Craig scared the shit out of me. I'm going to have to figure out how to cut the sound file out of that thing. It scares me so bad. I'm scared. I'm afeared. Okay, so this... Wait a minute. That's not my field. This is my field. I'm outstanding in my field. Craig's in the house and he's not lurking any longer. It's a coup. Is Lori still around? I don't know why I said that. I don't have anything to say to Lori. It just popped in my head. Where'd Lori go? And that didn't come out very good either. It's not like I don't have anything to say to Lori. I just didn't have anything particular to say. I just was wondering where she was at. And you might say, why? And I said, well, I don't know. Lori's just kind of good to have around. So is Tina. So is Ms. Nelson. We don't have enough females on the channel. That chat, anyway. I mean, Lynn was pretty good. And Dar, I haven't seen Dar forever. I don't know how she's doing. There's Lori. Yeah, I made it sound like, I don't have anything to say to her. That's not what I meant. I'm just sitting here chatting. All of a sudden, boom, I thought, wonder where Lori's at. But then, I wonder where Rob's at. Sometimes my mind just gets carried away. I never wonder where Scorpion's at because I always know. He's always working or home with his kids. Anthony, how you doing? Yeah, Miss Nelson. I know about Miss Nelson because she's working, and she can't chat while she's working, and so it's kind of funny because every once in a while she'll say stuff like, "Uh-oh, the boss is here. Got to go." It always reminded me. I can't remember who it was had a computer that had they made a spreadsheet of their clients, and it's a static spreadsheet, and they just had it put on a button. They made a macro, so if they saw somebody walking where they could get around and see what's on their monitor, she'd just reach over and hit that button, and it would pop up the spreadsheet of her clients. I thought that was pretty funny. I think that was back in the DOS days. Your mind got bored and went for a walk. Did you walk your snake? Anthony says he's doing good. Yeah, hey, we're into standard time now, and my God. I guess dark at 5 o'clock, and it's dark till 8 or 9. As a matter of fact, it's the middle of the day and it's still dark out there. It's just dark, Well, I live on a coast where there's rain clouds and stuff, so there's no sun. Just dark old rain clouds. And you got your lights on in the middle of the day just to see. Depressing, I tell you. Turn GPS off. I was playing a game this morning, and I had a YouTube page running, and for some reason I must have hit because I always keep it off. There is a button called autoplay on your YouTube channel, on your subscriptions or whatever it is that you want to call it. Anyway, so if you hit the autoplay button, when you get to the end of a video where you're watching, it automatically will play another video. So I hate that. If I want to see another video, I'll play another video. I don't want anything shoved at me. Anyway, somehow I must have hit the autoplay button on the video that I was watching this morning, and I didn't pay attention to it. And it pops another video up. And this video had to do with really stupid things that people do. And one of the stupid things that people do is to dare somebody, if you dare somebody to do something. And so they were talking about these people that had bad consequences. This kid, somebody talked him into eating a slug or something, or licking a slug or something. There was a slug outside, and they grabbed it and said, "I dare you to eat this," or "I dare you to lick it," or whatever it was. And this kid did it like an idiot, and he got really sick. And his folks took him to the doctor, but he never told anybody what he'd done. Maybe it didn't even enter his mind that that's why he was sick. And as it turns out, by the time they figured it out, because he said something about, I did something stupid last week. It was some kind of a bug that the slug had that went into his brain. Edward Waldner, how you doing? Thank you for the subscription. I'm not in. Andy, are you in a place where you can give that man a free tractor? I don't have my other computer running. Edward Waldner, everybody that subscribes gets a new tractor. We'll see if we can get you one. Anyway, this slug, it's some kind of disease that went into his brain. When they finally, got to the point where they knew what to do, or that they could even do anything, he'd went into a coma. He stayed in a coma for 400 and some days. And when he got out of the coma, he was quadriplegic. And, that's just for doing stupid things. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this fella a tractor here. You can't spell. Who didn't spell right? Scorpion? Is it tractor or tractor? I think it's tractor. Well, Andy got it right, but I didn't see it. There it is. There you go, Edward. There's a new tractor for you. The only one I can afford. All right. We're going to do... I'm going to get rid of this junk. I'm tired of seeing this junk. Scorpion told me he did it on his, so I can't. I got to do what Scorpion does. Scorpion's a professional. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. This garbage that sits here, it's all over the place. There's big chunks of this garbage sitting around. So if you go in here into, was it decorations or buildings, fences, other production animals, decorations, land scooping. Basically, all I could do is click on it. Don't worry about down here. Just click on it, and then you can sell it. You can sell it. You don't get anything for it, but you just sell it, and it clears it off your property. And if you want to, you can now plow or do anything with that you want. Put a building on it if you want to. But I guess when you do that, it takes all the junk off. So if there's another pile someplace, it took it as well. So anyway, there you go. Right, I got to go sleep a couple days. If I can get my boots to slow down a little bit. All right, let's slow these boots down. Peter's in the house. Hey, Peter, how you doing? All right, we're going to sleep till 8 o'clock. Have a little sip of the tea. By the way, that's how I get my exercise. This mug with tea in it is pretty damn heavy, so I just do this all morning. Get my exercise. Okay, let's go see if anything popped up as far as crops. Put my speed boots back on. Canola's still not up. Soybeans are not up. The sorghum is ready, so we can do sorghum. Let's go grab a combine and do a little sorghum. We got the Grim Reaper. Bill was talking about the Grim Reaper. Elbow cough. I can't reach my elbow. I can do a wrist cough. Can't reach my elbow. But there's a Grim Reaper for you. A Reaper 2000. All right. What were we doing? Sorghum. My Grim Reaper with balloon tires. I love balloon tires. Run away from my combine. Bill. Someone comes by and cleans up your farm. Yeah, and they probably made money on that because that's scrap metal, man. That's gold. Now it's funny that they've got soybean straw on this farm, on this map, but they don't have sorghum. Sorghum is a grass. I know people that grow sorghum like this in real life. There's a farm that I watch, their dairy farm, and they grow sorghum, and they take a mower that chops it up, and they chop it. And they're using a forager harvester, and they chop it up and they shoot it into their truck and trailer, and then they haul it over to a clamp, and they cover it for silage. And they do the same thing with their corn. They have some acres themselves, but they rent acres of property, and they plant sorghum, they plant grass for hay, and they plant corn, and they chop the corn as well, and have that shot into a trailer, and then they take it and put it undercover and let it turn to kind of what they call earlage, corn ears of corn. They don't chop the stalk up, just the heads. Just the ears. So they have a harvester that harvests the corn, the ears of corn, and then they just disc the stalk up. Just disc it into the ground, and they call it earlage instead of silage. All right, let's see if I turn the GPS on. And we're going to do harvest. Turn it on. Okay, it's going this way. It's going this way. So we're going to turn around and go that way. Now that can't be right. What the hell? That ain't right. Turn that off. Go back into setup. How could that be right? That's not even close to being right. What kind of harvest was that? That's not good. Let's go back up here and do an auto width and come back here and see. Now see, that's not right either. Okay, auto width. That's not right. Oh, I gotta figure this out. Why is it not working correctly? Let me see. Let's go back into setup. That's darn. What is going on? Is this a 45-foot header? Because this can take forever. Let me put this back up. Let's do that, and 45. Let's try that right there. Spell it right. Let's add that and see if that works. It's about right. Let's see. That's pretty close. I don't know what happened there. None single player, only Peter. Yeah, how many players can play with you on this map? It's a single player map. I'm not on multiplayer. I don't generally play multiplayer. I haven't anyway. I don't really have a particular reason not to, except for because I'm live streaming. I can't control what other people do, and I'm a control freak. Not really, but I think it was because when we used to multiplay before, everybody was on, say, Ventrilo or Discord or whatever, and I couldn't control what people said. And so, Andy, the devil made him do it. Because we were chatting in Ventrilo, or what was the other one? There was another one we used to use. I couldn't control what people said, and their language would get bad, and I couldn't stop it. So I didn't like to multiplay. And but this game, I don't know how it works. I've never multiplayed in this game. In the old days, the game didn't have multiplayer, and so we had to create a server. We had our own server that we had to pay for. And I used to do that. I used to have 2-3 servers that I would pay for, but nobody would come and play. Well, that's not true. They wouldn't play if I wasn't on there. And I didn't have the time to be on it all the time. And so I'd come over and nobody'd be playing it. And it was costing me X amount of money a month, to have these servers with nobody playing on them. And it was just a kind of a waste of my money. So I stopped doing it. I don't know how to do it. TeamSpeak. Yeah, thank you, Scorpion. I had Ventrilo first and then TeamSpeak. And then, of course, Discord came around. What am I drinking? It's a signature tea from Seattle, Pike Street Market in Seattle. Seattle has well, I shouldn't say it's a Saturday market. It's a daily market. Seattle has a market down on the waterfront, and they sell fresh seafood, and amongst other things, they also sell vegetables, fruit, whatever's available. And they call it the Pike Street. It's on a street called Pike, so they call it Pike Street Market. Well, there's a company that makes their own tea, and back when I was young, it was a very small company. It was just a mom and pop company that made their own tea, and their signature tea was a spice tea, and the basic ingredients were orange peel and cinnamon, amongst some other spices. And it was very good, and everybody liked it, and they sold a hell of a lot of it, and it became their signature tea.
Oh, yeah.
So it's called Pike Street Market Spice. And so I order this from Seattle. JJ. And that's what I'm drinking. It's very spicy. And I cook the hell out of it. I'll put a bag in there with about 2/3 full water, about 105 degree temperature water. I'm sorry, 205 degree temperature water, and then I'll let it set for 10-15 minutes because I like it strong. I like strong tea because I don't have a real good sense of taste or smell. Hey, Tina's here. Hi, Tina. Seattle's a bit far to go to tea. Well, I get my other tea from England, so I have to order it and wait for weeks before it to get here. I get my other tea from, oh hell, I can never remember the name of it. Everybody keeps telling me I say it wrong. It's a London company where I get my teas. I can't think of the name of it. Darn it. And I get emails from them every day. So yeah, London's a little bit far for me to get tea, but it cost me a pretty penny because I have to pay for shipping and stuff. It's not Taylor's. Wittard. I've been told I say it wrong. I call it Wittard's. And then people will correct me and say it's Whittards. I just call it Wittard. And they call it Whittard. Are you just trying to get me to say it wrong when you do that? Yeah, I haven't seen Binks for a while either. He's not on today, is he? You never heard of Whittards? Oh my God. That's a big tea company in London. They've been around for a couple hundred years. I think it was their tea that got thrown away in Boston. So Tina, what's up today? Haven't seen Binks for a while, yeah. Binks has been busy. He's playing other games. I know he's playing Baldur's Gate because I've talked to him a couple times off of, not on stream. Not much new, nothing new. Troublemaker, yeah. Not really a tea drinker. I'm not either. I never drank coffee or tea when I was young. I didn't start drinking tea until, I don't know, I was 61 or 62. Carol has always drank a little bit of tea, not a lot. She'll have maybe a cup a day. And that's all I do. I make a cup. This is my second cup today because I knew I was thirsty and I didn't want to. I wanted something to kind of wet my whistle and keep my throat dry or wet while I was live streaming. So I made a cup of tea because it's soup du jour time right now, but I'm really enjoying the tea. I drink too much soda, and that's not good for you. But generally, see, here's what happens. I eat dinner between 5 and 6 o'clock at night. I don't eat anything else until about noonish the next day. So my morning, I might tend to get a little bit hungry between getting up in the morning and lunchtime. And so I'll generally make myself a hot cup of tea and just kind of sip it. So I get up at 4 or 5 o'clock, 6 at the latest. And I'll make a cup of tea by 7 or so. And then I'll just kind of sip on it till, between 7 and 11 in the morning. And by then it's almost lunchtime, so that kind of tides me over as far as being hungry. Master Brewer. Master Brew-hoo-hooer. I'm a big coffee and tea drinker. Yeah, I've never drank coffee, not as a beverage. You heard stories of me talking about getting home from school and having a cup of coffee and putting a ton of sugar in it and milk. I only did that 3 or 4 times in my life. It wasn't like I did that every day. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the taste of beer either. So I never got started drinking beer. Whiskey and wine. Wine makes me sick. I throw up when I drink wine. And whiskey, I get a gag reflex from anything stronger than water. If I drink any kind of whiskey or vodka or anything like that, any hard liquor, I get a gag reaction. So I'll drink it down and it'll come right back up. So I don't see any point in drinking it. So I never got in the habit of drinking alcohol. But the main reason is, well, not the main reason. One of the reasons why I don't drink alcohol is I don't like getting the buzz. I don't like the reason why a ton of people drink alcohol. A lot of people drink alcohol because they like to get the buzz. And, you know, they like, and the high, that's what I don't like. I don't like sitting there having a couple drinks and having to go to the bathroom and you stand up and you can't walk and you're waddling back. You're not in control of yourself. You're giggling and laughing, or you're angry. However you are with handling your liquor. I don't know why I'm waving my phone at you. I should probably check my blood sugars. My eating schedule's been off today. Hey, well, not bad. It's 136. It was 94 right before the live stream, but I had a little bit of soup for lunch. So here we go. Anyway, I don't like that feeling. I don't like getting high. I don't like not being in control of my brain or my body. And so it just bugs the hell out of me. So I won't get drunk. Not that I haven't been drunk in my life. I have every single time. And people laugh at me when I say this. Every single time that I have been drunk, it's because I wanted to be. And people, well, yeah, everybody, that's what everybody wants. No, you don't get it. You don't get it. I don't ever want to be drunk because I don't like that feeling. But there have been times when I was maybe a little bit depressed. Something terrible happened in my life, or, I just said, hell with it. I'm just going to, I don't want to think about it. And I grab myself a 6-pack and I drink a half a beer and pass out. That's as drunk as I get. So I can't drink beer. A half a beer put me out. An eggnog with a little whiskey in it will put me out. NyQuil. A little shot of NyQuil and I'm gone for the night. But I can drink all the tequila I want. Tequila doesn't bother me at all. I can drink tequila. I could drink 3 or 4 shots in half hour and it wouldn't bother me at all. My sister's the same way. Between the two of us, we can sit down and drink a bunch of tequila and just laugh it off. It doesn't bother us. I had turn this thing off. Go and check my crops here. I was the Grand Poobah in the Elks in Astoria for a while, and the guys that I was in the Elks with were always wanting me to go out and drink with them, and they thought that it would be funny to get me drunk and laugh at me. Wait a minute, didn't I just fertilize this? What the hell did I fertilize? It wasn't the canola. That's fertilized. I don't know what that is. That's not my field. Well, for holy crumbs. Holy crumbs. Where'd I come up with that one? Where's my... Uh-oh. There it is. No, that ain't it. Where's my spreader? There it is. I thought I did the canola. Anyway, I had the gang. They wanted me to go out. We had a competition to go to. And so the competition was going to be early in the morning. And so we got there late at night, and we thought we'd go out and have a couple beers and play some cards or something. They thought it'd be a good time to get me drunk and laugh at me. So they said, we want you, we insist that you drink with us. And I said, okay, how about tequila? And they looked at me like, yeah, that'll put him out. And so I said, line him up. And they looked at me. What? I said, line them up. Get about 3 or 4 or whatever shots of tequila, line them up. They did. I drank them. That for the rest of the night, I mean, I shot them back, fairly quickly. For the rest of the night, they're sitting at the other side of the table looking at me, waiting for me to do something. And it never happened. It just doesn't bother me. It's a thing. All right, let's get this GPS turned back on. Which way is it going? It's going that way. Let's get turned around here. All right, I'm just going to set this thing like that. Leave it at that. Turn this on. Turn that on. We're off like a herd of turtles. Champagne for New Year's Eve and my anniversary with Jesse. When's the anniversary? You remember? Tequila makes your brother mean. My brothers get mean when they drink anything, which is another reason why I didn't want to go out drinking with family. It makes me laugh when I get drunk. I get giggly. And then I pass out. But, yeah, I'm not a fun drunk because, people say, when I say I'm not a fun drunk and they say, oh, you get mean. I said, no, I get giggly and then I pass out. So I'm no fun to be with. I'll giggle, I'll laugh at you and then pass out. And then you've got to haul me back to bed. So that's not fun. April 7th will be 5 years. I've got a daughter's birthday in April 13th. My oldest is April baby. Everybody's different. Everybody's system, their body, their body and their system. Everybody's different. There's people who could smoke cigarettes 20 packs a day and never get cancer. There's other people never smoked in their life and get lung cancer. Everybody's different. I seem to have a strong stomach. I very seldom ever get sick to my stomach. When I get sick, it's usually cold type stuff. With the flu, I get the aches and pains, but I don't generally get the stomach flu. I generally don't get sick to my stomach. It's kind of funny because people say, well, you can't be sick. Why not? Well, you got the stomach flu, right? And I said, yeah. You're eating. And I said, yeah, I'm hungry. I can eat when I'm sick. Most people can't. And I don't get headaches. I can't tell you how few times in my life I've ever had a headache. Everybody's different. And even medicine, like I'll take medicine. There's a medicine. Well, this is the third iteration of medicine that has been around for diabetics. That majority of the people that take this medicine will lose 50, 60, 70 pounds. And every time an iteration of this medicine comes out, they will put me on it, and it doesn't do a damn thing for me. It doesn't affect me at all. I've never lost an ounce on it. This Ozempic that they've got out now, that everybody's losing so much weight over, I've been taking it for a year and a half, 2 years, haven't lost an ounce. So now there's another one out, and they gave it to Carol. Carol's been taking it. It's a new one. And she's lost something like 30 pounds in the last month or two, month and a half. And so my doctor has got me on it now. I haven't taken it yet because I still have about 3 weeks of the Ozempic left. So I'm going to finish that because it's expensive medicine. I'm not going to throw it away. So I'm going to keep taking the Ozempic for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks, next month. And I already have the new medicine. It's in my fridge behind me. And I'll take it. But again, they've given me these things over the years. There's been many of these medicines that come out that people lose weight on. And I just wonder, because everybody I know, like the Ozempic, Carol took the Ozempic, and she took the starting dosage, and it made her so sick, I had to take her to the emergency room, literally. It's a shot, so you can't get it out of your system. It has to run its course. Your mom's birthday is on their anniversary? So Carol took one shot and she got so sick. She couldn't eat. It went almost, it was like on the 4th or 5th day when I finally told her, I said, I don't care if you want to go or not. We're heading to the emergency room because this is ridiculous. You haven't eaten or drinking anything for 4 or 5 days. You're that sick, and I'm taking you in. So I grabbed her and took her in the emergency room, and they put her on an IV. And within an hour or two, she was feeling much better. But that's how bad that medicine made her. And it was on the starting dosage, the little bittiest amount she could take. And that was the Ozempic that I'd been taking for a year and a half, and didn't bother me at all. And I didn't lose weight either. So they switched her into a different medicine. And again, it makes her sick. So she'll take a shot on Monday. By Monday afternoon, she's having nausea. And then for the next 2 to 3 days, she has nausea throughout the day that she just is rocking around. I just don't feel good. Oh, God. I'm so nauseated. And that lasts for 2-3 days. Now, the shot you take once a week. So for the majority of the week, she's got nausea. Towards the end of the week, the nausea goes away and she feels pretty good. So I started asking questions of people I knew that was taking this medicine. Every single one of them that lost weight, the medicine was making them sick. I thought, well, no wonder you're losing weight. You get nauseous, you can't eat anything. You can't eat anything. No wonder you're losing weight. It doesn't bother me. I got an iron-clad stomach, so, I can eat up almost anything that bother me. Oh, I just paused the game. What button did I hit? I didn't mean to hit that button. And hit that one right there. Okay, so this should be end of the canola. Canola. The insurance won't cover it. Yeah. When I first started taking it, it was costing me thousands of dollars a month. And I didn't have that kind of money. I mean, I'm not hurting for money, but I'm not that well off. And so I started writing letters pharmacies, and the pharmacy that makes that, I told them that I would be a guinea pig for them. Because of my age. Because of my age and the fact that I've got not only diabetes, but I've got heart problems and I've got, several things going in my health, that I'd be a good test subject. And I talked them into it. And so they sent me a coupon and I was able to start taking it for almost free. It did cost me a little bit of money, but not much. And I've done that several times with pharmacies, that when they bring out a brand new, especially if it's a brand new medication that nobody else is on, it's always so expensive. $25,000 a pill or some stupid thing. And so I'll write them a letter and tell them this is my situation. I'm an older person, I can't take a lot of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I would be a good test subject. My doctor's willing to keep records for you. And a lot of them have done that for me. They give me a coupon, take this to your pharmacy, and we'll pick up the tab for 3/4 of it or something. Okay. Tim's here. Tim, what are you up to today? And don't say 5'6". All right, so we gotta sleep it off again. Uh-oh. Turn my speed boots off. Front where I'm at. Anybody want to play some basketball? We can play some basketball. Wait a minute. Scorpion, are you seeing this? My basketball hoop is gone. Where'd my basketball scoop go? It was right here when I started today. I remember running right by it. What the hell? Somebody stole my basketball hoop. Somebody stole my Mapo. Anybody remember that commercial? Maple was a breakfast cereal, a hot breakfast cereal, like cream of wheat, but not cream of wheat. And we used to eat. There was cream of wheat, but there was another one. What was the other one called? It wasn't cream of wheat, but it was the same thing. Damn it, I can't remember. Maple was a breakfast cereal like that. It was a hot breakfast cereal. Oh, God, I was mad this morning. I was so friggin' mad. I bought Carol a hot water machine. It's in a stainless steel carafe, and it was very expensive. I got it from overseas, and I got it for her for Christmas to heat her tea water up in the morning. Well, of course, I use it as well. So it's pretty cool. It's a stainless steel carafe, and it holds about 2 cups of tea or so. Maybe 3, I can't remember, but... Anyway, I think it holds 3 cups because these mugs are about 1.5 cups, and we can each have one of these out of that. So this is probably about this heater probably holds about 3 cups or so, and it's round and like a teapot kind of a thing. It's got a spout on the end, all stainless steel, and it sits on this pedestal. Now the pedestal has a thing in the middle about the size of a silver dollar. And it sticks up about that far off the pedestal. And underneath the carafe, the stainless steel carafe, there's a cutout that's that size. And so that thing just sits on that. And that's the heating element. Anyway, it cost me a pretty penny because it's supposed to be really, finely made tool, let's say. So I bought it for her for Christmas, and all it's for is heating tea water. And it heats up. You can set it, and I keep it set at 205 degrees. So it's set for 205 degrees. It'll heat that water up lickety split, and you push a button, and it will maintain that heat. until you come and get your water. So we'll set the time, the set on it, and we'll go and read a newspaper, whatever we do in the morning, and then somebody will say, oh, I wonder if the tea's ready. And we'll run out there, and it'll keep that 205 degrees. So then we'll put the tea bag or whatever, however you're going to do it, in a teacup, and pour the water in, and then steep it for 5 minutes or so, 3 minutes. I do mine a little bit longer because I like it strong. I likes mine raw. Anyway, I got up this morning to make myself a hot cup of tea. I grabbed it, went over to the sink, and I went to rinse it out because, who knows what falls in it at night. So I always dump whatever little dregs is left of the water and then put fresh water in it. I went to dump it out, and it comes out white. I thought, what the hell? And I took the top off, and I look inside, and it's got about that much milk in it. Somebody's heating milk up for their hot cocoa. One of my damn grandkids. So I took it to the sink and poured the milk out, and then I looked inside. You know what happens to milk at 205 degrees? It was scorched on the bottom of that thing like nobody's business. I don't know if I'll ever get it out of the bottom of that scorched, burnt milk. God, I was mad. I woke everybody in the house up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm still pissed. I'm still mad. Tim says he's playing FS22, and he's on no man's land, taking care of animals. I thought it was Jagan, and I was screaming the hell out of poor Jagan.
Oh,
because he's always the one making hot chocolate, and he insists, even though the package says add water, he insists doing it with milk. Like he's working and paying for all the milk. Not. And he says, well, it tastes better. I'm not going to argue that point. It probably does. So I don't say anything about him using the milk in his hot chocolate. But he's the one that's doing that. So I assumed that he was the one that did that instead of using the microwave. And for the first time in my life, well, actually, for the first time in Addie's life, she came out and said, Papa, it wasn't Jagan. And I said, oh, it was you? And she said, yeah. Well, by then I was still mad, so I wasn't going to say anything to Jagan. All right! But later I apologized to him, and I said, treat this as a lesson. You guys lie to me so much that even if you're telling the truth, I don't believe you. Because he told me it wasn't him, and I didn't believe him. I knew it had to be him. Somebody's drinking meat again. Put a little honey in it. So anyway, I had to get a new pot out. I have another one. The other one's kind of cool too. The other one is solid glass carafe, and it's bigger. It's a bigger carafe, and it works the same way. It's just got the same kind of pedestal on it. But it's all glass, so you can see the water in it. And then it has on the base of the carafe, when you start it up, it's got LED lights all around it. So it heats, as it's heating the water, it's coloring the water. And the LED lights are a bright blue. So as it's cooking, the water looks bright blue because it's got this LED light running through it. So it's actually quite entertaining, but I don't like it. It's not as good as the other one. and it doesn't have any way to keep it hot. It doesn't. When it's done, it stops. So if I set it and then go take a shower or something, by the time I come out, it's heated the water and already cooled down again. Where the other one, I can say heat the water and keep it that temperature, and I can go get my shower and come back out and it's still hot. So I like the other one better. The trials and tribulations of living with me, I guess. I scared the kids though, because I don't usually lose my temper, and I hadn't lost my temper then. I was angry, but they don't want to see me if I ever get mad. Nobody does. I used to, when I was young, I would get angry and I would black out and I would do things I didn't remember. Some pretty bad things. I picked one of my sisters up that was about twice my size off the front porch and threw her out in the yard when I was mad. And then I jumped on her, and there was a metal little red wagon sitting in the yard within my reach. I'm sitting on her chest, and I picked this little red wagon up, and I was getting ready to bash her head in when the other kids grabbed me and pulled me off. And then later they told me about it, and I didn't remember doing any of that. I didn't remember any of that at all. And thank God I grew out of that, or I'd be in prison today. So yeah, I finally grew out of that. And I very seldom get angry now. And I hardly ever, I can't tell you the last time I lost my temper. Because when I lose my temper, I don't remember doing stuff. And so I just don't lose my temper anymore. I don't get angry. I do get angry, I just I don't turn green anymore. All right, where's my GPS? Do I not have one for this? I bet I don't. Reaper, lime, harvest. No, I don't. All right, well, I'm not going to make one now. I'll just, yeah, turn that off. He called you by messenger? Where's he at? Yeah, that wasn't the only time. One of my brothers made me mad enough that we had a little bit of an orchard, and I can't even remember what trees. I think they were prune trees. And he made me mad, and I had a garden hose in my hand, and I'm chasing him through the orchard, swinging it at his head. And fortunately for me, he was older and he could run faster than I could. And I didn't catch him, but I came close a couple times. But he's screaming, even though he's my older brother, and he's always been mean to me. He's screaming to our father that I'm going to kill him. He's going to kill me. He's trying to kill me. Help! Help! And he's running for the house. I don't remember any of that either. They told me later. I probably would have if I'd have caught him. Yeah, thank God there's some things you grow out of. I grew out of wet in bed too, and sucking my thumb. I sucked my thumb till I was 16. People laugh when I say that, but it's true. I did suck my thumb when I was young. Not till I was 16, but but at least up into the elementary years of school. I had issues. I was sick. I was a sick kid. I had heart trouble. I had open heart surgery when I was 6, and so I ended up from birth to age 6. I spent a lot of time in hospitals. I was what they called a blue baby, and my blood couldn't give me enough oxygen. So if I tried to do anything strenuous, like even just standing up from sitting position, I would fall over blue, not being able to breathe. My heart couldn't keep enough blood going. So at age 6, I had open heart surgery where they fixed it. But I spent a lot of time away from other kids and stuff, and I was pretty lonely. I can remember being in Seattle at the hospital all by myself, and standing in my room watching out the window at night and picking out a set of headlights in the parking lot. I would watch the parking lot, and I was way, way up in the hospital. And I can't remember which floor I was on, but the parking lot, the cars in the parking lot looked like ants underneath, and below us. I would pick out a car when the headlights came on that's my dad. Now, it wasn't. If it was, it'd be a miracle. But I would pick it out, and then I would try to watch those headlights until I couldn't see them anymore, driving away from the hospital. And then I'd sit there all night and all by myself, be lonely and crap like that, and bawl my eyes out. So, yeah, I had problems. I mean, as a kid. I think that's why I sucked my thumb for so long. I was always alone. And with a family of 12 other kids, and I'm all alone. When I got out of my surgery, my mom died while I was having my surgery, or close to it in time. Not at the same time. I had my surgery and then my mom died, and she died having my little sister. And when I got out of the hospital, they didn't bring me home. They put me in a foster home. So again, I was alone. I was with some other family that I didn't know instead of my own family. And then after a period of time, they'd finally bring me home, and then they'd shoot me off someplace else by myself. So even though I was raised in a family of 13 kids, I was hardly ever home. And then I left home when I was 15. Then I went to Alabama with a banjo on my knee. I didn't get a soda today. It's almost empty. The heater, the cup heater gets it pretty hot when there's not much in it. There we go. Andy. Andy's playing the fiddle. It's almost like a banjo on my knee, that fiddle. I'd like to be able to play a musical instrument, but never did. I learned how to play the accordion, but not well. It wasn't my choice. I wanted to play the guitar, but my brother was older and he got the choice. He chose the guitar and I got the accordion. My dad knew some people that had kids that had musical instruments, and they outgrew them. And so they gave them to my dad. It was a guitar and a accordion, and I got stuck with the accordion. It was huge. I still have it somewhere. I still got it. Scorpion said he could play the trumpet. I wish I could have, because I love music, but I never did pick anything up. Didn't have music in school. I didn't have time. I didn't have time for sports either. I did do some sports. I wrestled in high school. And I played hardball baseball. I never played in school though. The little league hardball was in the off school time, and that's what I played. I never played sports in school except for the wrestling. And the only reason I started wrestling was because my dad cut our hair all off. My dad gave us haircuts. He couldn't afford to take us to the barber. So he just bought a set of clippers, whip, 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 and our hair was gone. So all the wrestlers were purposely doing their hair like that, so I just joined the wrestling team. It's funny because my dad would take us boys, and he would take the clipper on Friday night after school. He'd call us in the house. He'd take the clippers and he'd go on this side of your head, just zip it off, and then on that side of your head and zip it off and leave you a mohawk in the middle. And then we would play Cowboys and Indians all weekend, and then Sunday, bath night, before we got into bath, he'd haul us all in and cut the mohawk off. So we pretty much looked like Three Stooges, or at least one of the Three Stooges, Curly Joe. We get a Curly Joe haircut. I wasn't too worried about it. My hair grew back pretty damn fast. You can play the keyboard, but you can't type on one. Your cat can type pretty good. I don't remember whose cat it was. Somebody had a cat that played on the keyboard the other day. Can't remember who it was. Was that you, Andy? All right, now I got to pick all this stuff up. My back's starting going out on me. Boo. Boo. Playing with the camera again. I wonder if the horses need anything. I don't think I've fed the horses. I do have some oats now. I just cut that field over there. Let's check on them. Check on the horses. Right here. Let's see. Groovy, Nirvana, and Gulliver. They're 8 months old. Their health is good. They haven't reached puberty yet. They're clean. The fitness is good. Daily riding is 0. I thought I had a mod that did that. You had to delete what the cat typed. Is your cat running for politics? I thought I had a mod in here to ride the horses. Looks like they got plenty to eat, though, so I don't think I have to feed them. Nobody's riding them, though. That's odd. I'm going to have to look that mod up and see if the mod actually rides them, or is it just feed them? Because I can feed them. There's only 3 of them. Know what I mean? Eight out of 10 prefer whiskers. Alrighty, dighty, here we go. Pick up some grass. Picking up grass. We're picking up grass. Don't fall down, you'll get it on your ass. Cats don't shave, huh? Their fitness is up? Okay. Wonder why it said 0 on that. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? The GE dryer's done. Boo 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 boo. Hey hey, goodbye. When do they ride? At midnight? It's the midnight ride of Paul Revere. One if by land, two if by sea. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey hey hey, goodbye. Haven't heard that song in a while. I've had people ask me, do you listen to a lot of oldies? No, because oldies to me are Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Al Martino, and those kind of people. Perry Como, Andy, what was it, Andy Williams, the guy that played Mingo in Daniel Boone. The hell was his name? Can't think of what his name was. Ed Ames and the Ames brothers. That Ed Ames played Mingo, the Indian on Daniel Boone, the friend of Daniel Boone. You know, the guy that played Daniel Boone was like 6'6" or 6'7", something like that. Old Fess Parker. He was tall. I mean, he was taller than 6'5". I know that. I think he was something like 6'7". Yeah, he played Daniel Boone. And then when he wasn't playing in Disney movies, he was a real estate agent. That's what he made his money on. Because he stopped acting. Does he come in the back door of the barn? He writes his own stories. He makes it up, is what he's saying. It's all make-believe. It's only make-believe. Okay, this is a sell point right here. This is the silage making machine, and Bob. Let's see what that's a doing. What's that a doing? Okay, is it doing anything? It's not doing anything. What? That my God, this must hold a lot. Look at that thing holds 50 million liters of grass-a-doodle-doo and straw-a-doodle-doo and chaff-a-doodle-doo. All right, fine. What are we making? Let's see. If we're making hay, that just takes grass. If we're making silage, that's also just, or is that hay? Hay plus straw. What's this then? I don't know what the hell it's making. It's not making anything right now. It's not turned on. But what's the silage? Silage is hay, or silage is chaff. Hay is grass and straw, I guess. How does that make hay? That doesn't make hay. That's BS. I'm telling you right now, that's BS. Let's turn it on, though. Ain't going to do anything if it's not turned on. What was that? That was my phone. Is it time for me to go? I don't have a timer on here. Oh, I know what it is. My phone is also hooked to the washer and dryer because I had to reset the internet on the washer and dryer. And when I did, I had to do it by putting a new app on. And the new app goes on your phone and sets your timers. And I don't know how to turn them off. So now it's going on my stupid phone every time the dryer and washer go off. Yep, that's what it was. Dry cycle is complete. Laundry is ready. We put it on Carol's phone, but she doesn't know how to use her phone either. All right. There we go. What's next? We need to sleep it off again. But that's a mystery. Oh, maybe those deer stole my basketball hoop. Where did my basketball hoop go? It was right there on the end of the house. Right here in front of this tree. And it's gone. Somebody stole it. Someone stole it. They took it when I wasn't looking. We're going to sleep it off and stuff. See, I didn't trim my beard again. It keeps getting longer. I'm going to have to trim it. Or I'd leave it for Christmas and be Santa Claus again. I only stopped trimming it last weekend. That was only a few days ago. Oh, I just turned the flashlight on. Turn it off. 3. Whoa! I get stuck in a tree. Dang it. Slow down. Slow down. Okay, canola still isn't ready. The soybeans are, so in the next live stream we can do soybeans. Let's see how the corn's doing, though. Okay, this is sorghum, and it's harvested. Hard to tell what the sorghum's done because it doesn't look like it is. Okay, the corn's done. So corn is done and soybeans are done. So, but that's a story for another live stream, which will be Thursday. Thank everybody for joining me. I'm so glad you did. So I don't have to be all alone. Left the barn door open. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Stay safe and stay warm and stay well. And I'll see you on Thursday. Okay. Ta-ta for now.